Recording in progress. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. We appreciate each and everyone who is here. We are in deep dive, and this is an official on-passive webinar. Today is August 15, 2024, and we are starting the webinar with a wonderful signature tune by one of our global ambassadors in the name of DrDerrick. We call on each and everyone who is listening live or on YouTube to pay attention to the special effects, or I would say non-verbal communication that Dr. Derrick put together for us. So at this moment, I'm going to say, Dr. Derrick, please go ahead and share In It to Win It by Queen Lerato Shadari with our viewers now and in the future. We are here, we are on path, shining bright into the future, we rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorns, we are the stars. Oh, it is who it is who it is. Oh, it is who it is who Bring me home, shining down light. We're a nation, we are rising with one hope, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorns, we are the stars. Oh, it's who it is. It's who it is. It's who it is. Oh,
Your next stop is Unpassive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Derrick. You just reminded us of something, well, something that we thought or some people might have overlooked, shining the light, bringing hope and shining the light. And what you had there was "Oh Bless," which reflects what Sister Larato Shadare was just singing. And we could see it not just through our unpassive brothers and sisters in India, but the Hyderabad police, who also were, just into everything. And we could see one of our products, O Connect, in action, which I know we're going to go back to it very soon. So thank you, Dr. Derrick. We appreciate it very much. All right, so we're moving to the next segment of the webinar tonight. And Dr. T, I see her in the house. She's the one for the mindset. Dr. Derrick, is that a yes?
That would be a no. That would be a no. I said I will be doing the presentation. JW is running a little late. Then she will come on.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it, Dr. Derrick. So we are in our house, and in this house, we go with what we get. And every day is very unique. We know who Dr. Derrick is. This platform, without him, we would not even have a deep dive platform that we congregate together every Tuesday and Thursday. And he has been doing this on a regular basis. Rain or shine, one person, when two or three are gathered, and it's always two or more, deep dive goes on. Dr. Derrick, a wonderful teacher from St. Andrew in Jamaica. He has so much to share with us. And believe me, you don't want to know what AFEM means. You don't want to know any more than what he is, because he does not like to get all those things all talked about him. He just wants to share in every forum, rain or shine. Rain or sunshine or rain, he's always there. But I don't want to go any further. Please, let's just open our hearts and welcome Dr. Derrick, the one and only, who stands from beginning to the end of every single webinar and delivers in every single webinar in that particular position. We are so blessed to have him to present to us tonight. Dr. Derrick, thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much for presenting to us. Please welcome. The microphone is yours. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You see, we don't have resound, so it is just impossible to really get the same ambiance. Hi, Queen Lily Lane. Good to see you. And King Carlton, good to see you, and all our kings and queens in the house. Thank you very much again, Queen Debbie. I missed you about 2 months or thereabout. I don't think it reached a year yet, but at about 2 months. All right, so good to see you, and I hope King Jim is good to go. I missed him also. Really, really appreciate him. Wonderful. We just want to look a little bit, just a little bit. We want to look at on the benefits of financial freedom. Now, we always talk about financial freedom is good, financial freedom is good, it's good to have financial freedom. But I don't think anyone ever said anything about the benefits, because sometimes if you know the benefits, then you'll see why we are excited to actually prepare ourselves as Queen Dr. T says from time to time. Prepare yourself to become entrepreneurs. Prepare yourself to own your own business. Prepare yourself to leave the 9 to 5, even without on passive. Prepare yourself to leave the 9 to 5. I can tell you, it has been a wonderful journey, especially when you are able to do what you want, when you want, how you want, etc. It's really a joy to do that, right? When you have to slave and a person tell you, um, you got to go to lunch now. Go to lunch. I mean, I went to I went to a store the other day, and I saw a young lady. Well, not so young, but I saw a lady, and I asked her if she can direct me to where so and so is in the store. A particular product, and she said her response was that they just send me on my lunch break. So, it's like she want to say that she don't want to, she can't help me right now because they just send her on our lunch break. And she helping me is going to cut down our little time that she have to swallow down our lunch. I said, all right, hold it, my dear. Do your thing. Do your thing. Go and get your lunch. I am all right. Don't need to worry. Go and get your lunch. Because, I know it, I understand how it goes, right? When you get your little lunch break, you need to, do your thing quickly. Especially if you want to, read a little book or, watch a little YouTube video or something, you better do what you got to do fastly. And so, therefore, we are going to take a little look quickly at benefits. What are the benefits of financial freedom? What are the benefits? Okay. All right. And so the benefits of financial freedom. First of all, I think I need to ask a question at this juncture. And the question that I want to ask everyone, both on immediately on the platform here and also what happened? Oh Lord, sorry about that. Again, okay, right? Um, on on the platform here and also on social media, especially the YouTube channels. What is financial freedom? What is financial freedom? What do we think financial freedom is? Let me give you a little definition. Unlimitedly, ultimately, financial freedom means different things to different people. So, what is financial freedom to you? Question. What is financial freedom for you? Now, in the YouTube, just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What is financial freedom to you? You also here in on the webinar platform itself. Just give me a little bit. What do you think for you? What is financial freedom for you? Right? And if Dr. Benny, Queen Dr. Benny, First Lady, if she could just read those comments on what people is thinking financial freedom is for them. If anyone have anything in the chat as yet. What is financial freedom? And if I don't know if Queen Debbie have up the YouTube, but if we could just get some responses on what people think or people are feeling that financial freedom is to them. Anyone else? Anyone yet? Anyone as yet? Nothing? Look like my phone died.
Okay, I have something for Queen Debbie. I think she said the possibility to spend. Oh wait. The possibility to spend on health, food, and family financial needs. I love
All
that.
right. That's financial
And
freedom to her to spend. Spend money. So spend it, man. Spend it. All right. Wonderful. You have it to spend. Spend it. Why not? All right. Anyone else? What is
yes, we have Dr. T.
Dr.
Having
T?
money, having money left over after bills are paid. That's
After
financial freedom.
freedom, having money left over when bill paid. Yes, Queen Lillian. What you say?
Okay, hold on. Queen Roseanne. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Queen Lily.
Go ahead, Queen Lily.
Financial freedom to me is when I have no limitations to what I can do.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. No limitation. You're good to go. All right. Yes, First Lady.
All right. Queen Roseanne. Queen Roseanne said, to have money, don't have to worry about bills anymore.
Mm.
I love this.
All right. Don't need to worry about the bills.
Yes.
Bill collector coming knocking at your door. All right. Wonderful. All right. Well, we'll get a little more as time goes on. So,
one more for
one more. All right. Go ahead.
No, actually two.
Two more. Go ahead.
Brother King, handsome Brother Mumudu. Financial freedom to me means I don't have to worry about anything I want to do or have at any time. Then
All right.
we have our Queen, Dr. Patience Ajangwe. Don't have to work and don't have to worry about money.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. Okay. So, is this statement correct? Is this statement correct? Income equal wealth. Income equal wealth. Is that statement a true statement? Anyone? Is that statement a true statement? Your income equal wealth. That's a thumbs up from Queen Debbie. I see the wheels them turning with Queen Lillian. Queen Lillian said no. Anyone else? Anyone else in the chat? Queen Dr. Benny? Anyone in the chat? Is income equal to wealth? Is that a true statement? Yes or no?
No, they say no.
No, not a true statement. All right. Anyone else? Who said no?
Dr. Nadu
Dr.
and
Nadu
Dr. Pat.
and Dr.
And
Patience.
Dr. Pat. Yes.
They said
And
no.
King Kumara, no.
No, King Kumara, no. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. And that is true. Income doesn't equal wealth. Doesn't equal wealth. All right. Watch this now. Let us look why. Let us look why. We have this little gentleman here by the name of Dr. John. Hey, no, it's John. John makes 150K per year, right? 150K per year. However, King Jim. I wonder if this is Queen Debbie, King Jim. Maybe Queen Debbie, King Jim. All right, King Jim, he makes only 50,000 a year. Only 50,000, right? So if income equal wealth, then I would say the man that make 150K would be wealthy. But that's not true. That's not a true statement. Watch this now. Hey, boy. Investing, budgeting, side hustle, maybe not involved in any of those, but he's very materialistic. And him just spend, as what some of you said a while ago, that you'll spend your money and watch this now. At the end of the year, $0 in his pocket or in his bank account or wherever that is. I don't know. But then you have Jim, King Jim. Maybe it's Queen Debbie Smart Jim. Quite possible. Most definitely. It seems as if that would be him. He invest, he budget, he have side hustle. But when it come on to materialistic things, he doesn't get involved. He don't get involved. And so therefore, at the end of the year, actually, Jim, King Jim, that only have an income of 50,000 is now at the end of the year at a 20,000 liquid. Now, who would you say is wealthy here? The person with
Yeah.
150,000 income or the person with a 50,000, which is 1/3 of what John makes a year, right? So everyone would know that it's Queen Debbie's husband that is making this wonderful decision to be wealthy, right? Because I would not say John is wealthy. I would not say that. But he has a big income. So getting money don't make you wealthy. Oh, mercy. Let me say that again. Say that again. Getting a lot of money, because I didn't put in that a lot. Getting a lot of money don't make you wealthy. Or don't necessarily, let me put in another word, thinking it up as I go along. Don't necessarily makes you wealthy. No. All right? And you see that example right here. Because if all you can think of is to spend, and more spending, enough more spending, and a lot more spending, and the only thing you do is spend, then what do you think will happen one day? The plenty money going to run out. Right, Queen Lillian? Right?
That's right.
Okay. I just want to know if I'm on track because I know you're the financial advisor. All right. I've been into some heavy duty jobs there. All right. Um, so watch this now. To me, this is me. True financial freedom comes when you can quit your day job and still be able to cover your expenses, usually with other sources of passive income. That is it for me. Because you have to have an income, right? Whether it's a pension or it's a 401k thing or whatever it is, yeah, you still have to have an income. Because from once that income stop, what you have someday you're going to run out, quite possible. All right. And so the actual dollar amount depends on your unique situation, where you live, and the lifestyle that you lead. And so, as Queen Dr. T said, that cover your bills and cover your expenses, and then what you have left, you try to turn that over first and make more and then spend. All right? That is the best way to go. So, just as how I always talk about CATMO TF, which of course, remember, just to remind us, complete, automation, traffic, money, and passive with heart. Very important, with heart. And we want to achieve time freedom, of course, and financial freedom. That is what we want to achieve, right? So let us really look at the benefits of this financial freedom that we want to achieve. What are the benefits? What are some of the benefits? Number one, more security and less stress. Really, more security and less stress when you are financially free. You don't have to worry about funds, right? One of the most basic human needs is the feeling of security. It dictates how we act and the decisions we make every day. Without that feeling, we tend to regress into survival mode, leaving no time to accomplish what we truly want to accomplish. Imagine how it feels to live paycheck to paycheck. And it doesn't matter your income, because a lot of people right now is making 150, 6 figures. Let us just say 6 figures. And they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Let me say that again. A lot of people is making 6-figure income and they still live paycheck to paycheck and worrying where the next meal going to come from, worrying about the next bill that they need to pay. Pay the water this month and then the light bill next month. Yeah, you understand? So it doesn't matter how much you make, right? So lifting that burden is immensely freeing and one of the greatest benefits of financial freedom when you lift that burden of living paycheck to paycheck. Now imagine how you would feel if you knew that whether you want to work or not, your family would be taken care of. Whether you work or not, you're good to go, right? Next thing, 2, control over your time. That is it. Time freedom. A lot of people don't have that because they don't have the financial freedom. Financial freedom gives you the choice to work how and when you want, if you want, how you want. Give yourself the time that you need to go to work, or if you need to work any at all. As such, you can decide exactly how to spend your time. Some may want to continue to practice medicine or any other passion that they might have. Others would retire immediately and pursue other interests. And so, control over your time. Either way, when all of your expenses are covered by other sources of income, that choice is all up to you, not to the administration. In the regards, financial freedom is very literal, free your time. Literally freeing up your time. And so you are able to now choose to pursue your passion. Now, as everyone know, that my passion is technology, right? That was my passion. That's my passion from age 7. Always been my passion from a young little boy. All right, love it, love it, love it, love it in every aspect of it. No, I'm not very 100% knowledgeable in all facets of technology because listen, technology is so vast, right? So vast. And that is why I love to listen to our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, when she deliberates on cybersecurity. Oh my goodness. She is really the queen when it comes out to cybersecurity, right? Not my forte. And so that is why I make sure I either pull her presentation or PowerPoint presentation or I take notes, one of the two, because information brings knowledge and knowledge brings power. Always remember that. All right. Knowledge is what brings power. All right. So you are able to now pursue your passion because a lot of people are going to a job they don't like, doing what they don't like, and is totally upset with themselves about what they are doing. But bills have to pay, money have to be um to come in to so that you can put food on your table. So all of those things are very important. So you have to manage your time so that you start trickle into something else other than your job so that you can at some point stop working the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is going to kill you. Warren Buffett said it already. Look for a way to get paid while you sleep. That's just how wealthy people think. Look for a way to get paid when you even are asleep. That's the best way to go. All right. And the fourth benefit, of course, the fourth benefit is your actions can be more aligned with your values. Because if your value is that you don't like a certain, you know, situation at work, on your job, because it cut against your moral value, whatever that is, or it cut against your moral ethics, whatever that is, or it cut against your moral standing, whatever that is. But you have to put up with it because you need the little paycheck to pay your bill. Now, when you find a way to do what you want, when you want, how you want, then whatever you are going to be involved in is going to be in line with your moral values. And that is how wealthy people think. So when they put themselves in that situation, then one, money don't drive you. You allow money to drive itself. That is how wealthy people think. And so, therefore, know that you can choose to work how and when you want to work. You can choose to do things more in line with your values. That's a big benefit. No longer do you have to do a 9 to 5 in a way that has an element of being driven by profit for yourself or for the system you work for. No, all you have to do is do it with, you get, number one, you sleep and you are able to wake up when you finish sleeping. You don't have to wake up to an alarm to run through the door, barely getting like a coffee, and that's not even breakfast. That's not even breakfast. Little coffee and bagel, right? Queen Dr. Benny, little coffee and bagel. That is especially the Brooklyn life. You understand? Coffee and bagel. All right, and you run go to work, right? And you better reach there on time, or else you might see somebody sitting in your chair, doing your work. So please align yourself with your values. That is what the another benefit of working the 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 financial freedom side of things. For some, that might mean taking care of those who most need it, but maybe may not be able to afford it. Some might do medical missionaries, like my good friend Sir Jim, King Jim, and Queen Debbie, right? A lot of mission work. Some might open and start a business with social mission. So you have medical mission, you have social mission, you have physical missions, you have all sort of water missions, all sort of missions that you can now accomplish when you are free and have financial freedom. You are able to do whatever is your passion. So for some, either way, either way, once money isn't the main motivating factor, and you don't have to worry whether you will be able to put food on your table for you and your family, you can start making choices about how you spend your time with your values at the forefront. And that is awesome, very awesome. And so, the next thing when you have financial freedom is that you can now take more risk. That's the wealthy people. Because if you have it, you can now take more risks. Because you take a risk, and at the end of it, you were successful. So now you have the means to put that money to work and take more risk. Big, big benefit. And that is when your money is working for you big time. You don't have to be dashing out at the sound of the alarm every morning. So therefore, number 5, take more risks. When you have financial freedom, the world is quite literally open to you. Some decide to get up and move to a different part of the country. Some end up moving abroad, not being tethered to one location, and job allows you to take risk and ventures in life. Much more risk, much more benefits, much more to explore than every day, 7 days a week, 7 days a week. Man, I honestly don't know people do that. No, 6 days for me is even too much, right? 6 days for me is even too much, right? But that's God's plan. Because work is good, Nothing is wrong with work, especially if you are working at what you love to do. No, especially for me, I am working at what I love to do. Not a 9 to 5. I work when I please. And I am ensuring that I praise my Lord at least one time for the week. Nothing else but just praising my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ once a week. No work whatsoever. And I've been doing that since 1990. Well, maybe a little before, but definitely since 1990 until now. Definitely no work. Go and praise my Lord with other like-minded people. Okay? So, let us get involved in things, in something that we love to do. Again, I know some who would never have taken certain actions, like starting business or trying new things, had they not found financial freedom. You can live without fear, knowing that you are financially secure. And above all things, this is where my major information comes from, because God Himself wishes above all things that we prosper and live in good health. And so the Word, the Bible, which, as far as I am concerned, is the basic instructions before leaving earth. That is where I find my source, because God Himself wants us to be prosperous. Now, you and I can choose not to. That's our choice. Because everything in life is a choice. Nobody have to do a 9 to 5. No, nobody. And the sooner you realize, the sooner you come out of that matrix. Don't have to do a 9 to 5. No. If that was the case, then every person on the planet would be working a 9 to 5. You wouldn't have any YouTubers. You wouldn't have any persons who are affiliate marketers, etc., etc. Everybody will be into the 9 to 5. So therefore, find what you love to do and do it. Another book that is good to read is Cash Flow Quadrant. Let you know that there's 4 ways to make money. Either you're a employee, or you're a self-employer, or you're a business owner, or you're an investor. One out of them. Another good book to read is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Very good book to read. Awesome. This young man had two dads, and no, not that type of two dad. His biological dad, and of course, his friend's best friend dad. His biological dad was a poor dad, and his best friend dad was the rich dad. And they have two different ways of looking at things. Read it. Very good book. Dr. Ben Carson, Think Big, come from poor humblings. Mother couldn't even read. And him never want to read. But his mother push him and his brother. Brother become an engineer, big time engineer, and he become a medical doctor. Think Big. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Good book to read. Very good book to read. And of course, Secret of the Millionaire Mind. Another wonderful book. Read books and educate yourself. Bring your mind, because it's all about your mind. It's really about, and that is why we deep dive into the mindset full force, because it is really about the mind. Who Moved My Cheese? Not a very good book to read. And of course, The Millionaire Next Door. The Millionaire Next Door. Very, very good book to read. And so, these are the 5 benefits. Those were the 5 benefits that um, gives us financial freedom. Let us recognize that without financial freedom, you will always be stuck with a 9 to 5. And that is not a good way to live. Let us use our resources. There are resources. And of course, on passive is the best resource on the planet. Yes, for some it might be taking long, but I don't understand why we people think it's taking long, because there's no business on the planet that I know that took less than 10 years to get successful. Don't know of any. Maybe you know about one, I don't know of any. So if you know about any, let me know. Maybe we join that business. But there's no business that I know of that take less than 10 years to actually build properly and build stable. Of course, let us understand the benefits of financial freedom so that you will put your hand to the wheel and get there, so that you will not be bogged down with working and working and working until you drop. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And of course, over to you, Queen Debbie.
This is Resound from O Connect. O Connect Resound. Dr. Derrick, thank you so much. Wow. We all were off tangent when you asked the question of work and We all went wrong, just down the haywire the wrong way. And that presentation just cleared up everything, every doubt that we had or uncertainty. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, please, to make notes and raise your hand for questions and discussions after Dr. Derrick's presentation. And I see Dr. T, your hand is up, and the microphone is yours, Dr. T.
Thank you very much. Excellent presentation, Dr. Derrick. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I apologize. I'm lounging in my lounge chair with the lights out, so please forgive me. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm relaxing. I had a long day. But anyway, if you can hear me okay, I just wanted to interject this. One of the things that I want to give advice to add to what Dr. Derrick said is that you want to create a emergency fund so that you can have monies put aside for at least 3 to 6 months in case something comes up. That may be called money market fund, and that's a savings account that yields more interest. It's not a regular account that you would go to a bank. They have different financial institutions where they yield more interest, like 4.2%, 5%, or even up to 12%. And then annually, you'll gain all this money. And what that is used for is if you have an emergency that comes up, because we always have something that comes up unexpectedly. They will take our monies and put us more in debt. So you want to always make sure that you create an emergency savings account so that you can take care of your responsibilities. The other thing I would advise everyone to do to add to what Dr. Derrick was saying is that, start getting out of debt by utilizing the method of stacking. And what that means is that you have bills, but you start paying one bill off at a time. And as you pay that one bill off, the money that you use to pay that one bill off, to keep that money going and put it towards the next bill until all your bills are paid. Does that make sense? What I just said? Does everybody understand that? Okay.
Yes.
So those are just two things that you can do to go towards your financial freedom, because the debt is what gets us, and let me just say this. I don't mean to be prejudiced, because I know we also have Caucasians on the line, but we as African Americans, we do not understand how money works. We have not been taught. All of our lives, we have been taught to be consumers, not investors. Okay, and the other people, the white people, many of them are very well versed in how money works. Oftentimes, some of them don't. I see you, Debbie. Some of them don't understand, but a lot of them do. A lot of them do. But we are the ones who need to educate ourselves, like what Dr. Derrick said about the millionaire next door and rich dad, poor dad. If you ask the average black person, have they read those books? The answer is probably no, because they don't understand how money works and they don't think it's important. But they don't have a problem living from check to check. Most people live from check to check. They're on a fixed income. They're very poor. And this is one of the reasons why I love this platform. I love what Dr. Derrick is doing. I appreciate him. And I just feel like I'm just so blessed to be a part of such a wonderful forum. And I just thank God for all of you who present, all of you who bring knowledge, Dr. Benny, JW, Dr. Derrick, Miriam, Miriam, Julie, all of you, Debbie, all of you who come on and just present and give us all this knowledge. Because when the apples do come, we have to be prepared, because we can have all the money in the world, like Dr. Derrick showed us, the one with $150,000 a year, and still be broke. That makes no sense. That makes no sense, and we don't understand how money works. So I appreciate you very much, Dr. Derrick, and I just wanted to give you that little tidbit tip. Okay, thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate it. I learn from you. I take a lot of notes when you speak, so I'm able to dress up my financial. I'm not into finances, I am into technology. But when I listen to you and I listen to Queen Miriam, who is our EA, and I listen to Dr. John, and Dr. Patience, all of those are into the financial sector, then I'm able to put together, based on my little business experience and my personal experience, I am able to kind of put things together. So thank you very much, Queen Dr. T.
Thank you for allowing me to share that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. T, and thank you, Dr. Derrick. Dr. T, I know that you're saying it from whatever you shared is from experience. I cannot fault you. I cannot dispute that. But just to add that every community and every society and every shade of color of human beings have their own ways of handling finances, not necessarily from experience, not necessarily from reading, but from their upbringing. So that's all I wanted to add. Because there are some people who may read those wonderful books that Dr. Derrick shared and will just get into one ear and out the other. And I'm saying this from personal experience. If you have not experienced being poor, you will not know what and how to save and how to appreciate what you have. And I hope we are in that window of learning to save what we have and learn how to spread it out for it to last longer until passive actually comes to fruition 100%. So just a tiny little add on there. Anyone else has a comment for Dr. Derrick or appreciation before we move on? Please, this is the right time to do so. Besides Dr. T, if we don't have any other hands up, I see that our mindset speaker for the day, the one and only
Dr. Benny have to speak.
I thought she forgot about me. Gee.
How in the world do you think I'll forget about you? Dr. B, are you serious? Before I even see Queen Roslyn, who hasn't been with us for a while, giggling behind there, smiling, because we know it does not matter what we do and where we are and what time, you must do what you have to do. So over to you, Dr. Benny. Thank you, Dr. Derrick.
Wow. Hey, greetings. Hey.
Greetings.
This is me. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings around the globe. I want to take this special moment to really thank you all for coming. I know that there are different webinars that you're supposed to attend, but you decided to come to deep dive. You're coming here because there are a lot of things that you can learn. This particular deep dive, if you're here, there's a lot of knowledge here. And it is stated that knowledge is power. I want to take this moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing you and I today, this evening. Do you know why? I'm breathing, right? This air that I'm breathing and you're breathing, and Queen Methylene is breathing, you're not paying for it. Are you paying for it, Queen Methylene? No, you're not. So we need to thank our God every second, because there are a lot of people in the hospital paying for it. I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing Mr. Ash Mufare to you and I. And you guys, if you have the time, please pray for him. I beg you, pray for him and his entire family. Whatever thing he is going through. Sometimes I say, if we can, like those people who complain, they say, remember that we just paid $250, right? Take yourself into the shoe of Mr. Ash. Can you pay those employees with that $250? No. So no complaint. Anyway, I want to thank Dr. Derrick for this amazing mindset when it comes to financial freedom. I know you ask a lot of us what is financial freedom? Financial freedom means having enough passive income from investment, savings, and other assets to support your dream styles. I joined on passive for financial freedom. So I'll be able to pay off my school loan. Yes. But according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, financial freedom and well-being can further be defined through a lot of elements. Having control over your day-to-day and month-to-month finance, having the ability to accept the financial shock, being a track to meet your financial goals, making choices that enables you to best enjoy life. You know that when you have that financial freedom, you smile like Dr. Benny, right? Oh yes, you smile like me. It's very important. Now, so what are the benefits? It includes a reduced stress. When you have financial freedom, you have flexibility, peace of mind. Do you know that when you have peace of mind, you smile and you look more younger? I'm telling you guys. Oh, yes. Now it's talk about safety and during unexpected hardship, freedom of choice, better security, control over time, fulfillment of goals, generational wealth, alignment, action with value, and taking risk. Financial freedom is the best. That is why I joined on Backfit. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie, DrDerrick. I want to thank you guys for this amazing opportunity. But I want to thank our Heavenly Father for everything.
Oh, Dr. Benny, our Heavenly Father is listening to you, and our blessings are tenfold, countless. Our blessings are countless. Thanks to you, and thanks for everyone who is praying for all our respective forums. Those blessings are countless. Very much appreciated. Right. Okay. All right, everyone, please keep making your making notes for your comments. We're going to call on our one and only to talk to us about a mindset, which we need every Tuesday and Thursday at the beginning, during every webinar. And our CEO is there to give us that physical. So let's work on ourselves. Queen JW, a wonderful entrepreneur and a mom and a grandmom and a wonderful global ambassador who has been with us for a couple of years, is here to put us at ease and share the mindset with us for this lovely Thursday evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Queen JW, please, we want to see that beautiful smile you have. Welcome aboard.
Well. Good evening to all. You know what? You won't be seeing my face because I don't even know how to. I can't even find a way to show my face this evening. And I had such a long day today here.
Your voice is relevant. That's what matters. We can hear you, so please, it's okay. We can hear you. You can proceed.
So much. I really appreciate the introduction. Thank you, Dr. Benny, for always being there with us. Thank you, Dr. Derrick, for the platform. We appreciate you so much. You know, we wouldn't all be here on this platform if you didn't make deep dive, you know. And most of all, thank you, Dr. Tanisha Ford, for always keeping us in the norm, in the now, and helping us to stay abreast with what's taking place and what we need to do in our lives. And just thanks to all the brand ambassadors, you know, for showing up to show that you want to make a change and you want to help Mr. Ash Mafare to uplift humanity and uplift our lives and so forth. Don't do it to me, Dr. Vinny. So thanks to each and every one of you. I appreciate, I love each and every one of you. Thanks so much for even supporting me and coming every Thursday just to hear what I have to share. And I share it from my heart because I care. Anyway, we, you know, why we are sick. And that topic is just becoming even more real than ever. But tonight we're going to talk, we left off last week talking about the exercise, how important exercise was, and it wasn't all about being fit. It was about what exercise, just simply walking, and the other ones that will share with you, aerobics and anaerobic, all those different exercises, and you can just choose the one that best suits you. But let me tell you, walking is the best one of them all. And you just walk because it helps the cells. It helps the cells, and everything starts from our cells. It doesn't start from the organ. And we are electrical beings, and we really need to not take the information to heart, but see how you can apply it in your daily life, or what changes you might need to make, or how it can help somebody else. Up the part why we are sick, and next week I will start on how to never get sick again. Okay, so I want to finish it because I think I stayed with it long enough, and I want to finish it, even though I'm not totally finished. I'm going to finish tonight though. So the first thing is rest, and sometimes we take rest for granted. I know me. Sometimes I can get up early in the morning and I will work till late, according to what project I'm working on, and I will stay up till late. I will even end up eating late because I am so determined to finish. But that's not even wise. And I'm here to tell you it's not wise to do. We got to take time to take a little rest. When we at work, it can be a little difficult, but you know what? Out of that hour, take 30 minutes for yourself. Eat light if you have to. Eat a salad. Eat something that is not so stressful on the body, and get it out the way, and take a little, bow that head for a little bit, because it will help. You will rejuvenate. You will feel so much better. In other countries, they have fiesta, they call it, where the French and I think in the Spanish, they take a fiesta. They shut down. Even in St. Martin, on the French side, the Dutch side doesn't do it, but the French side, they shut down for 2 hours. So the employees have a time to go home. They have a time to run errands if they want. You know, they could go and take a nap, because that's the real deal. The nap. The nap is the little rest counts. It means so much. Sometimes you close your eyes just for 5 minutes and you felt like you were sleeping for a whole entire hour. That's just to tell you the magic of rest. So tonight I'm gonna talk about the 3 elements for proper rest. Now, rest plays a very crucial role when it comes to getting the proper rest. We need it for our body to function properly. So when the proper rest is not achieved, the cells do not have the opportunity to recharge or rejuvenate. And because we don't have radioactive eyes, or we can't look inside our bodies, we just look on the outward picture of ourselves. Our hair looks nice, makeup done, men, they buff, we chilling, we looking great, and you sick, and you don't even know it, including myself. We don't know all what's going on because the doctors don't have the time to tell you what's going on. They barely have the time to give you a full diagnosis on your first or second visit. So that's what's more reason for you to take heed to the information and see how you can go about living a healthy lifestyle. Or like DrDerrick said, for life, not for tomorrow, and we're gonna do it for a couple of weeks and see how we do, and I'm looking great, I feel great. Now I could go back and eat the junk again. Or I could go back and don't care what kind of creams I put on my skin, or the deodorants I use, and all the stuff that's killing us. And we just don't know. And it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, because the ones who wants to gain financially and don't care about the little people. And it doesn't matter if you're green, yellow, That doesn't even count. It's about their gain, and they don't care who they hurt, or who dies, or who suffers, or who leave children behind. And that's the reason that this information is there for us. We can take and use it just like the Bible. God gave us the Bible. We either can use it or we can put it aside. And the same thing with the information I'm sharing with you this evening. You can put it aside or you can use it. It's a choice. So I can recall a time at work when I was so tired that I could not even have a proper conversation with a patient on the phone. I was so tired. I was taking the message, and if you had seen the gibberish that I was writing, that I couldn't even understand it. And you know what my coworker did? I tossed it in the garbage. She went and picked it up so she could take it to my supervisor and show her what I was writing. Didn't even make no sense because I was so tired. I was saying things out of my head. I was talking out of my head. So that's why rest is so important. You know, just think of a moment when you were extremely tired and you could not function properly. And I know that each and every one of us has experienced tiredness or fatigue due to the lack of sleep. So let's go into these three elements of sleep. Number one, oh Lord, I gotta know how to move this thing. The time in which we rest. That's what the first one. The time in which we rest. The best time for the body to rest is when the sun goes down. That's not why God made day and night. He didn't make night just to make it for no reason. There is a reason for it. You rest and you awake at the rise of the sun. And you notice in the morning, even without an alarm clock, as soon as your eyes make contact with the light, you're up and ready to go. So that means the body was well charged. If it's not well charged, you're going to be laying in the bed and hitting your alarm clock, trying to put the snooze on because you're not ready to get up. And sometimes people even take the alarm clock and they throw it against the wall because they're not ready to get up. I want to sleep some more. That means they didn't get the rest they needed. They're not being fulfilled. So they're not ready to tackle the day. And if you're not ready to tackle the day, when you get to work, everything will go downhill. You'll have one issue after another. And I know some of us have experienced that. And it's all because of lack of rest. Now, this is a natural cycle for sleep. It's nothing nobody had to make up. No one had to go to study for it. It's naturally. God made it. It's a natural thing, a natural cycle. For instance, most people lifestyle do not allow them to get proper rest or sleep, like security guards, gas attendants, police officers, telemarketers, doctors, nurses, firefighters, just to name a few, where their sleep patterns are compromised due to the time for sleep. And this is how the immune system becomes weakened and illness begins. Most of the time, some people have two jobs just to take care of their family, but at the same time, they're burning the candle at both ends. How long do you think you can go on working two jobs before the body collapses? And who's going to take care of your family when your body collapses? I'm not going to say I didn't try to work two jobs. I tried before. I ain't going to tell no lie. I tried. One was in New York going after work to do answer phones. And I was sleeping. The man caught me sleeping. The manager caught me sleeping, but I wanted to keep the job and say, no, I'm not sleeping, sir. I'm not sleeping. Yes, I was sleeping. But he said, Miss, if you have to sleep on a job, if you're so tired, you need to go home. You need to not work. And he was telling the truth. I tried to hold on till December, but I couldn't. I had to quit. I couldn't do it. So we need rest. We can try and push our bodies as much as we can, but when the body says no, it's going to be no. And you're going to wonder where it came from. The doctors can't tell you where it came from. You have to tell them what you did so they can put here and say, okay, this was the cause. Because you are the one who can heal yourself, not the doctor. He can help you if you allow him to help you by being honest. Anyway, and this is how the immune system, like I said, becomes weakened, illness seeking. So it clearly shows that the body is not getting adequate rest or sleep. And again, remember, we are electrical beings and we are connected to the universe more than we can imagine or understand. And this is what takes place each week. A lunar cycle occurs starting at sundown every Friday and ending at sundown every Saturday. So it has been stated that this time is the most ideal time for the body to recharge and rejuvenate. So our Heavenly Father, we are connected to the universe. We're connected to this earth that He gave us He planted us on. This is our spot. This is it for us. Earth belongs to us. And so we are connected, even in the soil, the minerals, and all those things. That's what makes us alive. That's what keeps us going. But when we take ourselves away from nature, we are just like pulling the plug out of the socket. And then we slowly but surely withered away. We don't want that. We don't want that for ourselves. We don't want that for our families. We don't want that for humanity as a whole. And so we have to start making some changes in our lives because people are going home immaturely every day, every second, every minute. And that's why we don't have to wait till the apples come to make the changes that we need to make. Because change has been happening in our life with apples and without apples all our lives. Anyway, that's how that cycle goes. Number 2, the number of hours we rest. That's important. I know some people say, well, I can't do 8. I could do four and feel okay. Yeah, you might be feeling okay, but is it okay? Feeling okay and it being okay is two different things. So even though we are all different, the fact remains that 8 hours of deep sleep helps you and your body to function at an optimal capacity. Less than 8 hours or more can cause the body to malfunction, causing fatigue, confusion, and even hallucination. You know, I had a young man, a friend of mine, call me and he couldn't sleep and he told me he was hallucinating. And I said, because you need rest. You have to sleep. So he went to the doctor to get medication just to sleep. It has people who can't sleep at all without medication. That's to tell you where their system is. It's messed up. And even if you for them to try to get off the medication to try to sleep, it won't happen. They will stay up the whole entire 24 hours. I have witnessed it. I have seen it. Anyway, moving right along. Remember, again, that we are cellular beings and it starts from our cells. If the cells are not healthy, then of course we will not be healthy in the long run or the long term. Now let us do ourselves a favor and allow our body to rest for 8 hours. And this practice will recharge and rejuvenate our cells in our bodies. It might be hard to get it started, but find a way to save yourself, to save your organs, to live that healthy life, to live that life that our Father ordained for each and every one of us. Okay. Number 3, rest and sleep should be deep. There's a difference between rest and sleep because you can rest without falling asleep. So you don't have to go into deep REM just to take a rest. A rest is a rest. So most of the time, because of various situations, no rest is taken throughout the day, and that's the truth. Also, we wake up early and we go to bed late, which only slowly begins to break the body due to the lack of deep sleep. Just use your cell phone as an example. When your cell phone is charging, you put it on the charge now. And if it's not fully charged, what happens? It doesn't function correctly. It keep on giving you a sign, oh, they're going to close down, it's going to shut down, and it keep blinking and telling you soon it will. And eventually it doesn't warn you anymore, just say blank. And you wonder, like, what happened? Did the call drop? No, it's not fully charged. Okay? So the same thing with our bodies. We got to get the rest in because it's going to show it. You know, sometimes you look at people and you say, well, why do they look so old and they get so young? Because lack of sleep, they're not resting enough. The body is tired. As soon as they sit down, when you're so tired, as soon as you sit down, you come from work and you sit in the couch, you don't even move again. And when you wake up, you say, oh my God, it's 10 o'clock already. I didn't even eat dinner yet. Wow. Oh, I didn't take a bath. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. That's the word you will say to yourself. I'm so tired. And just by saying that alone, you become even more tired. Because words are power. So if we get 8 hours of deep and full sleep, not rest, a brainwave activity can occur which stimulates the healing process throughout the body. So do you realize that people that snore never get to REM, never get into deep sleep because they are awake about 300 times throughout the night? So of course, when this takes place, their body cannot and will not operate efficiently. Simple as that. So when they wake up in the morning, they are still tired, but because they have to get to that job, they have to do that work no matter what, they got to go. And maybe throughout the day, you will see them either slouching a little bit or relaxing because they're tired. So those are the 3 elements that we need to somehow look over, research which way you want to go about it, and see, evaluate yourself. Am I getting enough sleep? Do I feel refreshed when I wake up in the morning? Do you feel like you can tackle the world? I'm going into work. I'm going to get this work done today. I feel on top of the world instead of being grouchy. Good morning. Girl, I ain't ready yet. Girl, I'm so tired. Anyway, I'm going to try to do the best I can. And you can tell when people come to work if they're ready to work or they're not. Or you can tell when people wake up in the morning if they're ready to go. Anyway, the next one is your thoughts. And people might say thoughts. Thoughts play a big role in our lives. It really does. If you don't think positive, most likely you're thinking negative. So thoughts are things. Our body is in fact a very powerful electromagnetic transmitter and a receiver of energy. And every thought that we have, either positive or negative vibrations, okay? Even every thought that we have is either positive or negative vibrations. So positive vibration thoughts can actually rid the body, I don't even want to say that, rid the body of disease, And negative, stressful, low vibration thoughts can have a profound effect on our health. And I think we all of us know this in some sense already. That when you think positive, positive follow. If you think negative, you're gonna get negative results. And we know this already. But sometimes we slip accidentally. Some people do it intentionally. But I think most of the time is, it's either conscious or unconscious. You do these things. So remember, our thoughts, negative or positive, first impact our cells. You see how everything impacts the cells? It doesn't talk about the organ. It doesn't talk about the heart or any of it. Because once you have a bad cell, you're gonna have bad tissue. And everything from that bad cell is going to be bad. And so it's so important to be, how would I say it? Be concerned or be vigilant regarding your body, your health of your body. Science does not believe that thoughts can heal and give the body and rid the body of disease. But our thoughts can. Our thoughts can heal us. I remember going to the doctor the other day and the patient was very overwhelmed with her diagnosis. And let me tell you, because of that heaviness, everything started going downhill one time because of the mindset. You see, that mindset plays a major role in our lives. And the doctor will tell you, if you have a negative mindset or you don't have hope, there's nothing they can do really, because the body itself will start shutting down. So thoughts can heal, and they can give the body disease also. So you see, like our Heavenly Father said, there's good and bad in everything. So you see, good thoughts, bad thoughts. He didn't leave nothing out. And that's what we need to have in the back of our head all the time. There's good and bad in everything. And it's our obligation or prerogative to take the good and leave the bad. Well, some of us love the bad. I know I love the bad at times. Yes, I do. But I know what is good. But if you're doing bad all the time and you don't know what is good, then you will forever do bad. So you got to know the good.
Thank you.
Know the bad. But just think of people when given a diagnosis by their physician, immediately thereafter, their whole demeanor changes. They either become sicker or healing starts to take place according to their mindset. Just something to keep in the back of your mind, that our thoughts can heal and cause sickness and disease. Science cannot dispute the placebo effect, because when a person is given a placebo, which is nothing, they are cured because they believe what they are taking will heal them. And you can find that in many of the tests and trials that are being done today, yesterday. They give them placebos. And they thinking they're getting the real stuff. And that's how they're able to give you results or come up with research and all those good things. So, do you see how powerful our thoughts are? Let us stay away from negative thoughts. Look, negative thoughts could be conscious or unconscious in nature. Sometimes many of these negative thoughts are trapped in stressful or traumatic incidents from our past. Sometimes people hold on to things from their past. I could tell you of one, an individual close to me held on to something for years. And I say, well, that person didn't know better. You just got to let them go. Let them go. And when they finally found out from an elder the things the person went through and they let them go, bad dreams went away. Dreaming of that person every day, ugly dreams, all disappeared. You see, the mind, the thoughts that you keep, you have to get rid of them. You cannot hold on to bad thoughts or bad things that happen. You have to let them go. They will destroy you. And you wonder why you're getting sick. Sometimes we make our own sick, self-inflict. So sometimes many of, like I said, it was stated that several prominent doctors have found that the vast majority of people with cancer had an incident in their past that caused them tremendous grief. And today, cancer is running like a vine. We have a plant in St. Martin. They call it the Coralita bush, and that thing is it cover homes, it cover your grass, it can cover anything, and that's how cancer is, and it's because of all the things, the toxins, our mindset, our thoughts, and even what we speak out of our tongue, out of our mouths. Some people that had heart attacks are those that suppress their anger. You know, some people hold things in, they don't let it out, and it's in there festering, and they just added more to it. It's becoming fermented and everything. Oh my gosh! And all of a sudden they get so sick and they don't even know where the sickness came from. You gotta vent sometimes. If you gotta scream, scream, yell. If you have to curse, curse. Whatever you have to do to get it out, get it out. Or call a friend and just vent, someone that you know that you can talk to. You know, I'm always the person that people call to and tell me their problems. But it's okay. You know, I'm not I can help them. I can listen to just by listening alone helps them. You know, and if you can offer some advice to direct them in the right path, you can do so. Or sometimes just a hug, you know, or just saying, you know, God loves all of us. He doesn't discriminate. He doesn't have favoritism. Anyway, let me tell you, the stresses of today living are higher than ever before in history. For instance, driving a car raises the stress level in the body up to 1,000 times the normal level. Don't talk about talking on your phone and driving. That's 5,000 times more the normal level. But walking can conversely reduce stress. And that's what it is. Stress kills. It's a silent killer. Here are just a few things more that raises our stress level. Worrying about money, or worrying when our passive won't connect or open up again. Why should you be worried about something that you can't even have control over? You know, um, arguing with your relatives and friends and coworkers. I had a situation with a coworker. She came in. She was new. She came in. She said that I was what she said I was racist. I didn't even know where that came from, but that's what she said. And I took it on, and I acted like a real. I don't even know. I was really acting like I don't know, idiot. I would say. You know, every time that lady got in my way, I would scream. I would tell them I'm not working on that side anymore. I just took control of the people place like I owned it. And I had to go and pray and ask God to help me to do what was right. And I went and apologized to that lady. And immediately when I apologized, the whole environment in the office changed. The lady said that she loves me and all everything just changed. It was like a flower just opened up and bloomed. But while I was holding on to that madness, I was destroying myself. I was the one that was looking bad in the office. I was the one was looking like I was crazy. So we got to let things go. Watching scary, gruesome movies. You know, some of us allow our children to watch the movies. And I remember the time looking at kids and they look like they are inside the movie. That's how much how deep that concentration is. And you don't know that spirit is entering that child. And then you want to know what's wrong with your kids. Why they acting like that? Television shows. All these things cause stress. Reading the news. Today I was, I don't look at the news, but I'm here with my sis and I'm just hearing the ambulance and every minute somebody killing this one and killing that one. I said, oh my gosh, what's going on? It's too much. You don't want to hear that. That's negative. It's toxic. They say if you want to know about something, if you didn't look at the news, don't worry, somebody gonna tell you. And it's the truth. Most of the things when I hear about it is somebody told me because I don't look at the news. Because most of the time, no, the news is not good. It's not healthy. So we got to be careful because all these things increases the stress level dramatically. But the good news is it can be reversed. Now it has a doctor by the name of Carl Colwell of Germany. He has the highest cancer success rate in the country by simply using techniques to reduce stress. Not no surgery, not no medication. In effect, correcting a person's thoughts. And that's what we do on this deep dive platform. We try to clean our mindset, direct it in the way we should be thinking, the things that we should be doing. We are being fed every Tuesday, Thursday, and even Sunday. We are being fed on these three platforms. We are being empowered. We are being given information that we can make changes in our life and in our family's life. If you never did it before, you got the opportunity to do it now. Why not? So he has cured more people of cancer than any person in Germany history. Also, Earl Nightingale discovered that he called the strangest secret, you become what you think about. And some of these teenagers, they sit down and think about some scary stuff. And sometimes they go out and they initiate it because they have taught of it so much, it can become them. And then you wonder what's wrong with your kids. Even adults. Gotta be careful. You become what you think about. So positive thoughts and low amounts of stress create an alkaline pH in the body, meaning you virtually cannot get sick. But when we get sick, it's because of acidic. It's acidic. Simple as that. We can't put it no other way. We don't need to keep on looking for solutions sometimes when it's right in front of our face. When we get sick, it's acidic. Simple as that. That means a solution. Not to sit and wallow in it, not to go get some anti-acid Tums and take and figure, okay, I get a couple of burps out, I'm good to go. A lot of people suffer from acid reflux. It's not your destination. You can change it. Just like we get sick, we could get unsick. Okay? So negative thoughts and emotions and high levels of stress cause the body to become acidic, leading to illness and disease. I didn't get a chance to finish up what you said, but let me tell you, our Heavenly Father said our tongue is like a double-edged sword. You can speak life and death out of that same mouth. But out of that same mouth, you can heal yourself and you can kill yourself. So you got to decide when you be talking to be careful what comes out of that mouth. And if the wrong thing comes out, hurry up and say, I rebuke that in Jesus' blessed and holy name. You know, when I go to the doctor and they give me a diagnosis, I'd be having a smile on my face and I rebuke it in Jesus' blessed and holy name, and I don't even worry about it again. And I don't take no medication for any diagnosis that they have given me because I've refused to become statistic or a number. Now you have to make the choice what you want to do with your life. That vessel that God has loaned on to each and every one of us to live an abundant life. I don't hear God talking about no sickness. Job was so filled with sickness, and he's still staying there with all of it. Some of his friends didn't even want to come closer because he probably stunk so bad and looked so bad. But his mindset was on Jesus. And so he was healed automatically. He didn't have to go to the doctor. Did you hear say Job went to the doctor? Did you hear any of those disciples or saints that they went to the doctor? I don't think, I didn't hear none of that in the Bible. And God gave us already the map, the direction, the guide on what to eat and what not to eat. And we just need to be obedient to the word. Because he said, seek ye first his kingdom and everything will be added. We don't need to worry about anything. We don't need to be concerned that there's wars all over the place. You stay focused on Jesus and you ain't got no problem. This information is just for your knowledge. You can use it if you want to. You can go and research, find out if some of these things are true. That's what you do. I tell people anything I tell you, go and research it. Because when I find anything out, I go up and research it. There's a lot of information out there. And everybody is trying to live a better health lifestyle. Some people don't know, and you don't see them making changes because they don't know. But when we make a change, we can help others to make that change too. So let's get the rest that we need. And I just want to conclude because the conclusion then is that people get sick because of what? We are putting too much toxins in our bodies, and we're not flushing the toxins fast enough out. Well, like I said last week, when the toxins stay too long in your colon, it goes into your bloodstream. Don't that blood flow all through your body? So what you think is happening? Once it get there, I don't want to say no more on it. And just say your body is toxic. Okay? And when we are not putting enough of the necessary nutrients into our body, and the nutrients that are going in are not being absorbed, this means we are nutritionally deficient. And sometimes we drinking coffee not knowing that the coffee is going to stop the absorption of nutrients. So you're supposed to drink your coffee either before you eat a meal or thereafter. But people are so brainwashed. Everywhere you see a coffee shop. Why the coffee shop exists? Because we love coffee. Next, we are exposed to and negatively affected by electromagnetic fields, and we know that. All these towers up, all these cell phones, all this radiation going all over the place. I'm surprised we not, like lightning bugs glowing in the dark. Maybe it's yet to come. I'm not sure. We have trapped mental, emotional stress. All these things are making us sick. But since all matter consists ultimately of energy in simplicity, terms that cause of all disease is energetic imbalance at the end of the day. That means our body, our hormones is out of whack. When people walk around with mental illness, it's not that they need mental medication, they need to be balanced out. Their hormones are not balanced. Everything is haywire. When kids are acting with the ADH, they call it, they need a psychological balance. They need to visit a psychologist. They don't need medication. So we really need to take time and really be concerned about the vessel that God had blown onto us. Lest we are going to be sick and we're going to die. Even though some people say you're going to die, but it's how you die. You know, like I said, I want to be called home. I don't want to go home. So I thank each and every one of you for your listening here this evening. Thank you, Dr. Derrick, for letting me come on later on, because I was busy. So thank you for that. Thank you, Queen Debbie. Thank you, Queen Dr. Benny, and to all the other leaders, and especially the brand ambassadors. Thank you for your listening ear. This is JW, and it's a pleasure to serve you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was an awesome presentation, Queen JW. Wow.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, very welcome. No apologies, because when there's a will, there's a way. You do not need to apologize. Today was your day, and we delivered. And this, I can see that you did those 3 elements of sleep that you're talking about. I have a crazy question. How about those who, by nature, not by their undoing, they have insomnia where they cannot sleep more than 2-3 hours?
Well, I think in that sense, there be insomnia. When we look at the herbs that can turn those issues around, I think, I'm not sure it was moringa we talked about, and also the clove water. Because these things is because I don't think they was born with the insomnia, but they somehow their clock is off. And it needs to be reset. Now, I think last week I talked about where you can reset the body by, I think, the lack of oxygen going where it needs to go, and then you can just automatically just reset it real quick. But I can't remember where I spoke about that last week. But you can reset the body. It can be done. People don't have to live with these issues that they are diagnosed with. There is a way to get through these things. And first of all, you have to also remember the mind. You have to say, like, I'm not suffering from insomnia. There is a cure for this. I'm going to find it. You got to feed yourself positive words. You got to speak it. So I think the moringa and the clove water is those that people that suffer from sleep, because that helps. That's why you take it before bedtime, so it can go in and start working on helping to regulate the cells and rejuvenate the organs or the things pertaining to the sleep problem, insomnia. It's not a destination. It's not that's it. No, they can be cured, and they don't need medication. But if you get on the medication, you will never get to solve the problem. Just remember that.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank
You're welcome.
Awesome presentation. Outstanding. And I will cap it up with you nailed it today, as always. And we look forward. Yeah, I just made Brother Carlton to smile because oh, when Brother Carlton smiles and everyone who have their camera smiles. So
I see him. I see him smiling.
Yes.
I see him nodding his head. I saw him.
That's awesome. You did a great job today, Queen JW. You don't need to apologize about not showing yourself. We know who you are, and we know that this is your voice, and you delivered what you normally do deliver on this day. So, Brother Carlton, you have any comment for Queen JW? Okay, no, Brother Carlton does not have any comment or question for you. Does anyone else have any comment or question for Queen JW before we move on to the next thing? I'll pause, but in the interim, Dr. Derrick would like to have your final word, and Queen JW your final word if there are no questions relating to both presentations about financial and the mindset for the day. Anyone else? Okay, Queen Sister Dr. Nadu, this is your house. How are you, darling? Welcome, please.
Hello, I'm good, thank God. Yeah, I just want to thank our sister Queen JW. What I learned is that you cannot do one thing and leave another one. Because I used to skip sleep, working and have like 3 or 4 hours sleep a day. But I maintain the food. Like, I know I cannot eat this, I cannot exaggerate on this, but it kills me. One morning I wake up, I'm like, I feel like, nah, I don't have enough sleep, but I'm like, I have so many things to do. I have to run here, meet here, and have this. So I didn't stop myself like calling to say I cannot make it. The time I took my daughter to school, coming back, my eyes are letting me down. And that's it. And that's it. Wow. When they check my blood, they check my cholesterol, everything is fine, but something is happening. I cannot move even my leg. No. I had to hold my left hand before I get out from the car I was driving. And they don't know what happened, how you have this result from all the tests and you are having this. And I told them the way I run, like for a long time, I was feeling it, but I don't know because when I wake up sometimes, I feel like the side that was gone numb was doing it a little bit. And I move and then poof, I continue until it was too much. So I just want to thank you for bringing the resting out. Yeah, I did it. When I'm eating, everybody's like, you eat like that all the time? I say yes, because I know what I cannot eat. What wasn't enough, not at all. So one of my nail was weak, overwhelmed and weak. That's what happened. Yeah. So today I cannot even drive. I cannot drive. Yeah. Wow. I cannot
Thank
drive.
you.
You have to rest. You cannot have a schedule and be frustrated like I want to be on time. I have to do it. I have to do it. No, you gotta go back to the first thing that you are missing. I'm like, okay. So I'm so happy I was listening to you and everything you are mentioning. It gotta make you nervous. You are not feeling happy like before. But I don't even think about that because I always do like that. 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes I forget to eat. When I'm leaving the job at 4:30 or 5:30, that's the time. I will be like, oh, I need to eat something before taking the road. And people like, when you get home, are you going to eat? I say, no. I cannot eat. And it was acting like a joke, but it's not. My health was suffering and I'm keeping myself busy. All the money you are making that is going to treat yourself. So I was so happy to hear you. I wish I hear you like 10 years before. So thank you very much for coming and sharing the little thing that can become a big stuff and break us down. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nadu, Queen Dr. Nadu. Yes, rest is so important, and sometimes we take it for granted, but let us, from today, let us make sure we get some rest no matter what, you know? It's only going to benefit us in the long run and our families because, you know, your children wants you around. They appreciate you and they love each and every one of us. So let's be there for them because they need us on this journey called life. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us and all of us at that. Thanks.
Thank you, Queen JW. I will wrap around and say, please give us your final thoughts, and then I'll move to Dr. Derrick for his final thoughts. So as we continue having fun this evening.
Right. Well, basically, you know, we're living in a toxic world. We have toxic food, and everything basically is just, you know, it's toxic. But we have the opportunity to make better choices when it comes to our health, where we can live a disease-free life. We can, because we wasn't born with it. And remember, in the beginning, I said you can't catch diabetes, you can't catch cancer, you can't catch heart attack. You can catch a virus and you can catch bacteria. Those other diseases comes from neglect. We neglect ourselves. We forget about ourselves. And sometimes we worry about someone else or we take care of others and we leave ourselves out. And before you know it, that person is healthy and you're down. And it's not that you was doing something bad. It's just that you didn't have time to think of yourself. And we have to start thinking of ourselves. Like Ash, my father said, you know, when we get our apples, is we supposed to help us first. And then we can help others. If we're not healthy, we can't help anybody. So let's take heed. Let's take this information. If you don't need it, give it to somebody else that needs it. You know, if you see somebody doing, you know, not resting, and you can tell, especially truck drivers, if you look at how much accidents they have, and not only accidents, death. Sometimes they take others' life because of sleep. They fall asleep at the wheel. I have fallen asleep at the stop sign. Sometimes they got to blow the horn because you get off from work and you're there in traffic. You could just drift right off. So let's get the rest that we need and deep sleep. You can rest and you need deep sleep also. So throughout the day, you know, like I talk about lunchtime, take 5, 10, 15 minutes for yourself because that little 15 minutes is going to help you to conquer the rest of the day and you will leave work with energy, give you enough time to get home to, you know, do the rest of your tasks because our job's never done. But we can't run ourselves down like Queen Dr. Nadu just shared. We can't run ourselves down raggedy. And then we don't have no energy to even fix ourselves back. And you don't want to be at the mercy of medication because that's just going to start another problem. It might be your kidneys, it might be your liver. Let's take heed. Let's be obedient to our Heavenly Father who gave us life and who wants us to live and enjoy the earth, planet Earth that He has given unto us. Okay, so let's love ourselves and take care of ourselves. Thank you again, Queen Debbie. Thank you, Queen Dr. Queen Benny, and Thank you, Dr. Derrick, for this amazing platform, and thank you to all the brand ambassadors. May God continue to bless each and every one of us.
Awesome, awesome. Queen JW, you are the best. You are just the best. Thank you so much. God will continue to bless you as well. We look forward to seeing you again another week come next week.
Yes, indeed.
Amen. Dr. Derrick, your final thoughts, please, sir. Our
All right.
wonderful Jamaican brother.
Wonderful. Have mercy. All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Queen Debbie. Thank you very much. King Carlton. Nice. Good, good, good. All right. And Queen Lily and Queen Rosalind. Okay, wonderful. Benefits. You see, the fact of the matter is that whether there's a on passive yes or no, this is the direction that every one of us need to start, if you haven't started, to look into, is to get yourself, first of all, in the frame of mind to leave the 9 to 5, because it will affect you in the long run. Yes, everybody's, I guess, concerned about whether the pension or their, social security or, those things. And because that is how society makes our mindset think today. Now, I am sure Bill Gates don't have to worry about social security.
Sure.
Bill Gates don't have to worry about pension, right? Bill Gates don't have to worry about that. No. Ray Kroc didn't have to worry about pension and, social security no, no, because they build for themselves a way to be financially free. No, you don't have to go to that level, really and truly, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody low key. I get to understand just the other day. I was talking with a friend of mine, and he said Thailand is a place to be. Why? Because you only need 1,002, that's 1,200 to 1,500 US dollars a month to live very comfortably like a king or a queen in Thailand. So it all depends on location. So if you live in Thailand, then you don't need 200,000 to live. No. So everybody's situation will be different. All right? So, but please, whatever your situation is, and that is why Queen Dr. T and Queen Miriam says to budget. Budget. Write out your expenses. What is your expense for the month? And always remember to put in your taxi fare if you take taxi. Put in your gas money if you have a little car, and your insurance for the car, and your car payment if you have a car payment. All of those things need to be in the budget. And that is why people have problem with budget, because they don't put everything in their budget. And so sometimes it don't work. because you have to put everything in your budget so that you can, very importantly, live within your means. Live within your means. Stop trying to look over next door or try to keep up with the Joneses. Let us try our very best to work on a budget, look where we are, and live in the now of where we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you too, Dr. Derrick. We appreciate you, and we take this opportunity to thank our viewers on YouTube and those who will be watching in the future, that we appreciate you, and join us on Deep Dive every Tuesday and Thursday at the same time. Our sister forums are Empowering Humanity by Julie Pierre on Wednesdays, same time. And we have supporting forums like Malaysia, Singapore on Thursdays, 8 a.m. Eastern actually 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that changes. And Dream Team on Sundays. We appreciate you, and we look forward to having you again next time in this deep dive or any of the other forums. And bye for now. We're moving to after party. And please stay with us because we have a surprise at the beginning of after party for everyone who is here. Just to grace and give it a little twist because we've been away for quite some time, not for any fault of ours. So we want to start by doing something a little bit different. So stick with us for after party. Queen Nadu.